Hi guys, it's Evelyn from Twin Flames 3344. This is a Divine Masculine Twin Flame and Union read for today, May 25th, 2020. I can't show you the cards because this computer screen doesn't work well that way. It's really fuzzy. When I get my new equipment, I'll definitely go back to my old format, but for now, I'm trying to even post the picture, and for some reason it's not sending to my computer, so there's a lot of interference right now, so I'm doing the best I can to get those pictures up so you'll at least have the basic read for each Divine Masculine Twin Flame read for the past 3 days. But in the meantime, this is what I have. I'm going to pull an energy deck card before and after the read. We're going to clear. So take a deep breath, you guys. That felt good. So I'm going to pull you a card from the energy deck first, and then we're going to get right into the read. We're going to do the union first, which will be much shorter, and then we'll get into the Divine Masculine read. Alright, so from the energy deck, today, for May 25th, 2020, what is our advice today? What is the reason for this read? What is the takeaway? Second chakra, Archangel Ariel. So you can bear it. This is a big card, and it's not very clear even on here. Okay, so second chakra Ariel, it's 36, which is the 10 of Wands. So that has to do with carrying the weight of the world upon your shoulder, the Atlas energy, the burdens, responsibilities. And this is also the second chakra, so it has to do with your sexual and creative energy. And the underlying energy, there's another card coming up too. Hold on. The bottom of the deck is Woman Holding a Heart. And that's 44, which is grounding and integrating and mastering receiving of love, which twin flames have a lot harder time receiving love than giving it. And the second card that also wanted to come out with the second chakra is anxiety. So there's definitely some energies coming up these past couple days that may provoke some anxiety and frustrations as well. That's 18 of the moon, so we have this new moon wave coming in. And right after that, the two next cards that wanted to come out were 39 and 14, which is the Knight of Cups and the Temperance card of the 5th chakra, Archangel Gabriel, and Caring Connections. So these two came out together. Alright, and in this card, it's hard to see on here, but his throat chakra is activated right here. There's light coming out of his throat. So it's the throat chakra is being activated in Caring Connections from the Knight of Cups. And to be patient. So I'm going to pull cards from this deck again at the end of the read, so we'll see how they change. So meanwhile, the second chakra can have a lot to do with frustrations coming up, which may be why anxieties are coming up, but there's definitely a lot of swordy energy that had come up for the masculine in the past couple days and needing to deal with the situations he's dealing with. So the union read first was at 10:10 this morning, and this was a cool read. The underlying energy was the 9 of Pentacles, and the central energy was the 8 of Swords. So the sovereign, trapped, feeling hostage, anxiety. So that's coming up in the union read here. The underlying divine feminine was 10 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 4 of Wands, upper back pain, ending pain, painful end and betrayal, and the bliss that goes along with it of coming together with third party in union, home, moving, visiting, and ending. The 3D energies were the 10 of Cups, 8 of Wands, and the Lovers. So the divine feminine, emotional fulfillment, and happy family and reunion at home. The divine masculine, lovers bridge by expressing feelings and energetic exchange, color my world. Blending the color wheel. The rainbow's better than one color alone. The divine feminine, emotionally fulfilled, and the divine masculine, loving himself, giving self-attention, and or vice versa. So you can be the masculine today and he could be in the feminine energies. They can flip a little bit. I noticed today especially they seem kind of opposite. So at the helm together on the bridge, like on the bridge of the ship, steering the direction at sea. In the 4D is the Seven of Wands, Eight of Swords, and Queen of Swords, the Divine Feminine rising above the drama of family, and the Divine Masculine feeling the Queen of Swords, cold, sad, lost, or vice versa, bridging the two by fear and anxiety, hiding at the creek, afraid to look, not needing to see, and the others see as well, the water, because we have a creek, which is stagnant energy. When each are looking away from each other, you feel anxiety because you go into separation. So if you're dismissing your other, because you can't dismiss your other because they're part of you, you're going to go into separation and feel the anxiety, because you have to learn to be apart yet still be loving to each other at the same time. That's the journey, and that's what we're learning. If the Divine Feminine lets up, she drops into drama and cheerleaders holding up flyer to catch her. If the Divine Masculine pulls the lever, they drop into the lover's rainbow smoke and rainbow colors, reflection of what used to be, or paint. 4D, all feminine, and the 3D is all masculine. It's a man's world. And then 5D is the Six of Pentacles, Nine of Swords, and Five of Pentacles, the Divine Feminine sharing, and others always wanting more, or expecting more of oneself, instead of rising up and enjoying family life. The Divine Masculine Hermit without light, hiding in the Mary Magdalene cave, waiting for her to arrive to brighten his days and color his world with hopes of loving you. So that was coming up from Color My World. And that was at 10:28, which is the Wheel of Fortune and the Twin Flames, the Two of Wands. And then here is 10:30, which is the union energy of the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, which is also a turn for the better. The words from Chicago, Color My World, as time goes on, this dates me, because this was for me in like junior high school and high school. As time goes on, I realize just what you mean to me. And now, I'm not going to go up there, but now that you're near, promise your love that I've wanted to share, and dreams of our moments together, color my world with hopes of loving you. So bridging 5D and suffering and silence, purging stress, no sleep, anxiety, fear, and crying, and allowing and loving it all. The Divine Feminine balanced while searching high and low for the Divine Masculine, the Bat Cave, the Mary Magdalene, or the Bat Cave, the Mary Magdalene Cave, the E-Tower, but can only bridge by the Divine Masculine doing the work. The Divine Feminine is family and emotional fulfillment, ending the cycle of unhappiness and rising above drama, and defenseless with flame in hand at the same time, balanced and not sharing, all at the same time. The Divine Masculine in the 3D is lovers with lack of affection, widow and black widow all at once, and 4D holding back yet pulling the trigger, and in the 5D exiled and injured, yet recovering and being still, healing with no light, and the bridge being the splatter and don't tell, hide and release, suffer and more suffering, allowing it all. So you see a lot of the polarized opposites coming up in order to merge them together. The outgoing Divine Masculine is on a quest to throw the fight, the battle, the competition, while the Hermit sheds light or gets crazy all at once, the King of Swords in his integrity, yet living a lie, the stone pillar of Excalibur, the Divine Feminine's heart. So remember, the Divine Feminine, the sword is in the stone is the feminine's heart, and the masculine's the only one who can pull the sword out. The summary here is ascending, which is a sense connection, because ascension is a sense ion, a sense connection. Ascension is a sense connection and needing closure, feeling incomplete, while she holds the world in the right hand. I wrote there. It's at 10:42 to 43, which is the Two of Cups and Three of Cups. Oh, okay. She holds the world in her right hand, and he at her feet. Pain and bliss, war within, causes conflict, the quest, games, battle without, coming together to fall apart, joy and reunion, third party and social distancing to reflect, be wise and go crazy, lose your marbles, all of it all at once, home, union, moving, visiting, ending stability, or ending instability, to be righteous and cold, austere, truthful yet silent, perhaps verbally abusive, grieving all at the same time. The summary here is out in the world and restricted from the world as well, the sovereign and independent, yet draining you, draining financially, hiding and releasing, incomplete to become complete, you complete me because I am you. All right, so again, bridging together all of the polarities. So the grid of the numbers that came up for this union read added up to 84, and the reflection of 84 is 48, which is the walking away and within. So the 84 is the not walking away and within, sitting in those uncomfortable energies and learning to work on your wounding while in other people's energies, as well as your own difficult energy. The horizontal lines in the grid came up to 29, 15, and 40, which is the Three of Wands, the Devil, and the Page of Cups. So present to the Devil and the innocent angel. The horizontal lines added up to 19, 3 and 4, and 23, 25, 5 and 5. So the Sun, the Empress and the Emperor, and the King of Wands and the Knight of Wands, and 2 Hierophants. So there's a lot of energies in this energy today. But of one truth, which is Excalibur, the sword and the stone, exposing the Emperor and the Empress, which is also EE, which is energy exchange, the King of Wands and Knight of Wands, twins, because the 2 Hierophants can represent twins as well, parents, siblings, kids, perhaps 2 Tauruses, and marriages, religion, establishment, or societal leaders. In this read, we had the King and Queen of Swords, and the only other people, per se, were the sovereign and the world. So being the single sovereign individual and the world all at the same time. So this was a constant, bringing both sides up in order to fuse them and make them one, and thus coming to 0 point. So for the Divine Masculine Twin Flame read here, the SIRIAN Starseed deck was cut at 1104, which is Justice and the Emperor. And I coughed at 1107 as I was looking at the ties in the cards between the Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the Justice card, which also can represent Libra. 11 and 7 are Justice and the Chariot, which also for me is Ascension. So at 11:25, the cards shuffling, they were really loosey-goosey today, so that was coming up. But not only here, but words like loosey-goosey were definitely coming up in the headers today. So I finished the read at 11:32, which is Justice and the 6 of Wands. So going on the journey, the Justice, which is truth and balance, and the 6 of Wands, of bringing in good news, standing up and leading the way, having success and followers as well. But it's mainly about good news coming in, bringing the good news, the good word. Let's see here. The only major arcana in this read today was Justice in the main part of the read. We did have transition and abundance before the read, which is like death and the Empress. Then we had 1 cup, 2 swords, 3 wands, and 4 pentacles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, shut the door. Shut the door behind you. And one of the other reads I did today from this weekend was like this, not the open door policy, but the swinging door policy. Don't let the door hit you in the butt if you don't do what you're supposed to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, shut the door. The Page of Wands, the Queen of Wands, and the King of Pentacles were all in the main body of the read. The Knight of Wands also came up before the read. And after the read, the Page of Pentacles and the King of Wands. So a lot of characters, which is expected. It's Memorial Day, so there are people coming together. The numbers in the code line here were all about personal growth, synchronicity, and love partnership. And the numbers, we had double 4s and double 7s as the main double numbers. So 44 is that grounding and integrating, mastering, love, and the receival of love. And the 77 is the sovereign energy. 55 also came up, which is the truth, the Ace of Swords, Excalibur. And 10, also the Wheel of Fortune. 2, the High Priestess. And also number 24, which is the Queen of Wands. 45, the Five of Cups. 57, the Three of Swords. And 710, which is 0 behind 71, which is the Three of Pentacles, the co-creation card for me, with a lot of source backing it up. We also have 78 of the Ten of Pentacles, which is very family-oriented today with Memorial Day. 910, begin again. And then the 2 again of the High Priestess and the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune. So the message around personal growth, synchronicities, and love partnership today were a divine co-creation of our own BS, like calling ourselves on our own shit, seeking surrender, and spiritual acceleration was coming up, which is I love Bonnie at spiritual acceleration. If you've never tried her group clearings, you might want to try them. She sends out free clearings twice a month, and she's amazing. So spiritual acceleration was coming up, not only her website, but spiritual acceleration, accelerating your spirituality. Also, codependencies like spending and shopping addictions, as well as sexual addictions, were coming up here, and fidelity, and also the addiction to the Sophia energy, or the divine feminine energy. And the G's is coming up as the Phi, the not ready to dance. So it's saying to the feminine or the masculine, because they represent in both of you, when the other's not ready to dance, it's going to be harder. So that you need to know when to say no. A divide, perhaps, in seeking surrender, choice, and staying in fidelity. Say no unless you are centered. So some of the headers that came up here, they were all from ResearchGate, and I'm losing my voice a little bit here, but ResearchGate, Divi, so D-I-V-I, which happens to be a website too for web building, but also Divi's Labs posts Q3 results at R's, R, the capital R with an S, 268.32 in the third quarter, okay, that was up from the last. And that's the Hindu business line. And the website Divi comes up under elegantthemes.com, that's a page builder. Also using artificial fluorescent particles as tracers of livestock wastes within agricultural catchments. The pollutant within the slurry, so remember I told you about the loosey-goosey, so slurry comes up here. The pollutant within the slurry can be broadly divided into 2 categories, dissolved and particulate. The particulate are 2 different densities, 2.7 and 1.2. So this is where it came up as the 2.7 being inorganic and the 1.2 being organic, representing inorganic and organic, which is very interesting. So 27 is the Ace of Wands, and 12 is the Hangman, the wisdom. So the passion, that's very 3D because it's ego. So remember, passion's different than inspiration. Inspiration's pure. Inspiration plus ego is passion. So passion of the Ace of Wands is very different than the Hangman, which is very wise. It's like Jesus on the cross connecting with Mary Magdalene as a twin unit. Another header that came up was phonon thermal conduction in graphene. The role of UMKLAPP and edge roughness, scattering, capital N, lowercase n, 3 phonon interaction, and the numbers came up here as 18, and then 37 to 38, which is the moon of the false light, and then the 37 to 38, which is the King and Queen of Cups, the unconditional love. So the 3 phonon interaction of those 3 energies, taking into account all relevant phonon branches and dispersions. So again, in my prior reads today, was about the masculine disconnecting from his disciples, those who have betrayed him. So this is taking into account the King and Queen of Cups and the moon, or the false light, taking into account all relevant phonon branches and the dispersions, right? So things around the masculine. Seemed extract. Oh, seaweed extract came up as well. It's another article. Stimuli in plant science and agriculture. So seaweed being a very important resource for humans, and article was about the fact that it was in historic times. Also, animals represent the past and future, and this was coming up from evolutionary psychology, and all 4 articles were from ResearchGate. And this is at 11:55, Justice and the Truth. All right. So, a divvy, seek 2 of the crystals, so going back to the code line of personal growth, synchronicities, and love partnership, and the SY was being separated from chronicity, so that was bringing up Jesus and chronicling Jesus, but also chronic city, the city life, and how it's chronic. And let's see here. When I looked up Wiktionary to get some of the acronyms here, the word of the day was LISSOM, Lissom, which means flexible and graceful in movement, or lith. The foreign word, it was a Sanskrit word, so I can't say it because it's just a symbol. It looked kind of like a pie, where the top line was longer on one side and had like a little V and then a little C scripted inside of them. But it meant Java, Java, with an accent over the first A, and then M, and it means speed, velocity, swiftness, haste, hurry, impulse. So after looking up the acronyms, which I get a lot, so they were SA and FI, and notice FI is the same sound as PHI, or Phi. The one that's, when the masculine's in Phi, means he's not ready to do the dance. So there is a parallel here as well. So SA, which means a whole lot of different things, really means the all. And the more I look up these definitions, the more I realize around the world that one acronym will mean all the different things it needs to mean in order to neutralize all of the meanings together. So all of the polarized meanings come up as the same word. It's very interesting. So a 2 dividend, godlike, fairy, seek, surrender of manifestation. Both fire and water, each other, all one. Healthy generation, to eat, to know, be able, to taste, to smell, find out, to drink, to come, to take, to dawn, and in the thick of it all, at the sowing season, to fall. And then it's just I, me, just be and feel. Feel yucky, poo, shame. Finish the end, children, and birthing can be disgusting. Soft and sharp, thin and smooth, fidelity and fiction. Then F sharp came up, moot. The F, like I told you before, is the I with an equal sign. What is the pound sign? It is 2 I's with equal sign. So F is I am equal. But the pound sign is again reflecting we are 2 I's that are equal. Fusing the 11, the 2, with the equal sign becomes number, sign, pound, going from I equals to 2 equals. The tic-tac-toe fused, a game that we play when woven together, the grid, the fabric of our lives, the cotton, C-O-T-T, or pi, and then O-N, the Christ human pi, human Jesus. So remember that there's always 2 within yourself and within the twin, because you each have masculine and feminine within you, and then you always both have each other connected to each other. So it's reminding you that Christ and Jesus are 2 separate energies, the feminine aspect, and it requires 2 humans, the masculine and the feminine, and pi in order to share. Can you say fidelity, / Jesus and Phi, so not ready to dance, the I, the P, don't forget the F is the I with the equal sign, and then Phi is the lowercase I, so the lowercase I is the chakra system, which is the feminine energy. So the I am of the masculine equals the chakra system of the feminine. The divine masculine is equal to the feminine. If you pull gently, Cotton can stretch a long way before it breaks. Since it has a strong gridlock, it's happy even when stuck together in a traffic jam. So it's showing you how cotton is just like the grid. And if we pull it apart too hard, it's going to break, right? But if we stretch it carefully, the cotton can really spread out into a huge grid. So personal growth comes up, and Jesus in the chronic city partnership. Say and seeing love. So love was taken out of the chronic city partnership. But when you say love and you see love, even when you're in that traffic jam, you watch how it all unfolds and all of a sudden smooths out because you change, you shift your energy. And I know you've all experienced that one time or another. So when you say or see love, you can loosen us. You can loosen us, the gridlock in the traffic jam when dealing with city type of energies. Too many energies in the same room, which can be anywhere. But definitely getting that energy of being outside the city, yet having the advantage of looking in. Being in the world, but not of it. So then I was getting, as I turned the page, I was also getting the triangle of colors, right? You know, like the 3 primary colors, and then the secondary colors, with the white being primary to all of them, because white is all colors, and then black being outside of that, because that's no color. But also the combination of red and white was coming up as significant in one of the articles that came up last week, which you notice red and white is pink. And then, of course, red, white, and blue of the American flag and many other flags is because they represent violet when you put them together. So at 113, which is the Magician and the 13 of Death, we start out with the 7 of Cups reversed, and then below that were the 9 of Swords reversed, the Knight of Wands upright, the Transition card reversed, and the Abundance card upright, which is like the Empress. So Death and the Empress. So there may have definitely been someone passed, like my uncle. I said in the other videos, my uncle passed yesterday, which we just found out about today because he was very old and he lived by himself. So someone may have passed in your life. Dumping emotional attachments after suffering in silence, the Knight of Wands passionately moving, dead tired, near death, clinging or never-ending story of the Empress dumping activities, people, and places, or things that no longer serve, the extraneous. The Ace of Pentacles' big offer of time, money, and energy, the new life, the contentment to split lies or cut through the BS, or paying for information in order to get clarity in a move, a visit, or selling a house, or ending a marriage, imbalance, not sharing, inequity, scam, debts, and patient tripping up, dropping the act, the facade, or the mask, and breaking patterns until you bump into the Knight of Wands in a split, divide, choosing a new path. Or patient angel or Sagittarius willing to give half for the Knight of Wands to leave. Scorpio and Taurus, Sagittarius working it out. One must leave the house or selling house to split, or paying the other out. The Knight of Wands is upright, passionately rushing in, carrying a large burden, a haul, responsibilities, slave labor, and then feeling guilty and shameful for running out on them, suffering in silence to purge, stuck in uncomfortable energies of dropping the ball in front of the King of Wands reversed or as the King of Wands reversed, dumping emotional attachments that don't serve, taking down bedrock, Fred Flintstone and all. No fury like Wilma if Fred has bad news when he gets home. Or the Knight of Wands takes on all of these projects looking like the good guy, who then dumps them all on the next guy, or an air sign or King of Wands reversed feels guilty having to say no when it doesn't, and when they don't say no, then they end up getting mad and resentful. So they're now learning to say no. The whistleblower is down, and the King of Wands reversed unable to keep up. A downer, not aroused, stuck in uncomfortable energies or emotions, letting go to show his hand or crown. 2, the 10 of Pentacles, wealthy family, business, or community, or top 10. Bridges to manifest with DNA wand, holy Moses on mountaintop, taking in the gift of the moment. Eureka! Rose DNA, cartilage of nose or ears, bringing together the inner world and bridge with creation, science, and arts. William Penn and City of Brotherly Love. University of Penn is located in a place where people were once shunned to, the other side of the river, not accepted by society, no man's land. Bringing roses and lilies to the table of tools, a view of the city, a view to a kill. To witness, but not be a part of, as the dogs sniff out money from the old man, and childs pulling their tails, going to the source of it. If the mountain won't come to Muhammad, Muhammad comes to the mountain. It's time for the head guy to move on his own. This could be the one, and beneath that was stay optimistic about your love life. Patient with attitude, or Sagittarius drinker or potion maker at 155, which is the Magician and the Ace of Wands again, the Ace of Swords, the Excalibur. No longer silenced about big love at work. Spreading the word at 156, the Magician and the Two of Swords being in your knowing. The word healing and forgiving heartbreak and separation. Kissing by the logs with herbs in the pot, or cooking something up, distracting from exposing the logs, as the glass slipper fits exactly. Heel, toe, sole, knee, knee, toe, toe, knee. Leaning on the truth of talking to the butt. Third, gone, only room for one. Toe, abdomen, marks the ovary. Elbow, ankle, hand, fingers to upper arm, holding on for the ride. Can she get over all the thoughts of her he used on someone else? Spiritual partnership, number 27, the Ace of Wands. And beneath that, again, is pride, which is the Sun, number 19. And that 27 came up as the inorganic, the spiritual partnership, number 27. And then the pride is the Sun. So, present 2, the Page of Wands reversed, frustrated, perhaps having temper tantrums, or uninspired, and this can represent the masculine or it can represent a child as well, or a child that's ill or injured. The Emperor in control and the King of Swords in his truth, patient in uncomfortable energies with the King of Wands, Sagittarius and Aries, and the King of Swords and King of Wands, or perhaps father and son. No more mess in the yard, clamping down, or eating lobster claw for breakfast, or the Emperor with two sons. It's like the Emperor's with all the money, and then there's two sons, and this is all in the underlying energy. And then the two sons, the King of Swords and the King of Wands, and then one grandchild, the Page of Wands reversed in the underlying energy, who is then the center of the energy upright, the Page of Wands with the mask on. The Page of Wands reversed, wired and all over the place, pulling the dog's tail, the lobster's tail, so that could represent the masculine, with clenched fists. So the kid is getting on the masculine's nerves. The King of Wands dumping emotional attachments, perhaps a yard sale, or giving all away to family. The King of Wands and King of Wands, two of them, or male twins, mirroring self, present to all, cleared out, and healing broken heart, and spiritual partnership. And so that could be coming up today as inorganic, because it may be an inorganic spiritual partnership that he's been working on. The recent past is the Four of Swords reversed, awake, rising above and coming out, and speaking up. The Knight of Cups reversed, jealous or moody, insincere, and running away or ghosting, or stealing hearts, lying, cheating, or stealing to feed his rejection wounds and inability to love or receive love, or to go between and get the latest news in the aftermath of sudden events, epiphanies, or orgasm, at work, or co-creating with the Queen of Cups reversed, Devil, Capricorn, or codependencies, waving hello, on the journey bringing good news and success, leading the way to the High Priestess, the secret keeper, or his own psychic abilities. The Knight of Cups reversed and the Queen of Cups reversed, again coming up in the same area, which can definitely represent the masculine and feminine when they're not together. Can also represent kids, facing away from each other and both sad, one seen as a liar, cheater, thief, and the other as the devil, due to connected energy system, the etheric bodies, shared once at a certain vibrational frequency. The heart stealer and the evil manipulator, Scorpio, Capricorn, and Pisces, the High Priestess or Pisces creating with the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn, and foolish Queen of Cups reversed with Libra reversed, Scorpio reversed, vengeful in giving up, or getting back the goods or intellectual property or intel before surrendering and showing his hand. The Queen of Pentacles lacking faith in the downturn, slowdown, or twist of fate, and forced to surrender at 231, which is the High Priestess, and the Five of Wands, which is that expansion or quest energy. The Four of Wands is reversed in the Foundation, instability, move, or an end of marriage, emotionally detaching from suffering in silence, or being addicted to pain, dependency and financial drains. Sovereign reversed and King of Pentacles reversed, reaping rewards of the Queen of Pentacles upright, Cancer, or bold move to the Knight of Swords, meeting them halfway. So, or as the Queen of Pentacles is driving, they may receive a messenger rushing in with truth from the King of Pentacles reversed. Reaping rewards or selling their stuff, the Queen of Pentacles purges in a powerful movement. Rendering powerless the King of Pentacles reversed and all who come against her. The Queen of Pentacles reaping, daydreaming, and the King of Pentacles reversed, powerless or with spending issues, greed or loss of status, money, and power, and or independence in selling a house and or cleaning it out. The central energy is the Page of Wands upright, the masked boy with a burning desire, the Queen of Swords speaking her truth in multiple ways, but holding back announcements or words of comfort, leaving the Divine Masculine injured and out in the cold, inspiring him to new perspectives, and hanging out, being still for once, with news or message or spreading the word, or hanging out with two kids, the Page of Wands and Page of Swords, who messed with the Page of Pentacles reversed, or bumped into them, or made a fool of himself, or falling for them. Or this could be a child talking to the mask and hanging out about a fool falling for the user, the person, the other kid who uses people, or maybe they were just a poor student who have disability in learning, or just a friend who is struggling to manifest or do their schoolwork and was released by the Hermit, shedding light on how to release anxieties at 244, which is the High Priestess, and the Four of Cups, grounding, integrating, and mastering, receiving love. So this is like the hangman with two kids around them. They're upright. And then there's just a third kid, and there could be a hit and run here as well. The challenge being the Two of Pentacles reversed, refusing to surrender and dropping the ball, the Page of Swords telling the story of how they cut the Page of Pentacles reversed right down to size, cut them off at the pass, or literally hit and run, or witnessed one who never learns their lessons, received help and released, or released from the doctor. Empress or mother is very unhappy with foolish child, or mother is mad at the Hermit who released the child of the obligation or restitution because there's no lesson there. Pushed to their emotional limits, dumped in the dumps, crying, purging, exposing all, fully energized, or kids making him happy, the King of Cups healer, healing star, or dreaming of Ace of Wands, a new passionate or creative offer or offer of sex, perhaps between the King of Cups, Aquarius, and the Empress Leo or Taurus. Post-war PTSD, needing apologies now that the worst is over and the bliss is setting in, with spirituality and or divorce, a break in contract, religion, establishment, or the community. A dark High Priestess, Leo or Taurus or Pisces, or two separate people, Taurus reversed or Leo reversed, may be weak or out of control and ego death, or just sick. The Queen of Cups reversed, with King of Cups upright, healing her and offering her inspiration. The Queen of Cups reversed, leading the way to putting it out there, ending unhappiness in the family or emotional cycle end, grieving another person, and unstable, moving, ending home or marriage. Patient angel or Sagittarius in the aftermath of sudden events, epiphanies, and or orgasm, starting over in love and being spiritual or outside the box, or divorced, breaking contracts, with religion, establishment, community, and or Taurus reversed at 303. Now is the Ten of Pentacles in the crowning position, coming together on Memorial Day with extended family, business, or community, starting over or no longer bored with a negative past, issues with siblings, old friends, or children of the past returning at reunion, a losing battle or unwilling to play or spar, expressing feelings in energetic exchange about issues at work or third parties of the King of Wands. The King of Swords reversed, carrying a big load for the family and pissed or not speaking his truth. Family and all business partnership with dark Pisces with the keys, which can be a real estate person as well, and Leo and Taurus reversed, as well as the Page of Cups reversed and the Two of Cups reversed, rejected, vulnerable, or considered the crybaby in the partnership, not seeing eye to eye or face to face, or someone who's spoiled and entitled, in total disconnect. Injustice of the Queen of Cups reversed with clarity, and grief of the Emperor exposed, or Libra reversed with clarity about the Queen of Cups reversed and the King of Cups upright, putting it all out there on the line to expose love, relationship, the Emperor's front for sleazy sex, an unhappy family, or end to an emotional cycle. Dissatisfied, not getting wish, grieving and moving, the Queen of Swords mirroring their twin, or choice of new path, or coming together for a meal, to be patient in avoiding a disaster, starting over in love and spiritually. Soon as the Queen of Wands working out or getting a boob job or getting their boobs lifted, not satisfied, coming together in reunion with the King of Wands reversed, moving to peace or without kids to heal, to have to come together to hash out the details without the kids. So this could be two people not wanting to come together at, all the families coming together on Memorial Day. So these are two people who don't want to see each other or need to at least talk to each other to plan a time to get together to hash out the details of the kids and stuff. So, but they're not happy about it. But needing to hash out the details without the kids, or about selling, or one has the kids, has to take them so the other one can have time to heal. But about selling the house, selling the contents, and or ending a marriage or instability. The King of Wands reversed is awake to the Queen of Wands upright and the Empress upright, dissatisfaction with the Page of Pentacles reversed, performance, or need for money, help, and opportunity, perhaps money for college. The Divine Masculine seeing himself as the Justice card reversed. So injustice, whatever, maybe he feels like he's not fair, or he is injustice, not balanced, standing up for self in heated debate, delays, fighting constantly, or constant resistance and nasty energies thrown his way. The World complete or cycle done, or Sealed Divine Feminine or Pisces offering help, or the World backing up, the Knight of Pentacles, loyal humble servant, offering their time, money, and energy to Cancer, dogs howling, shadow work, illumination of unhappy family done, or the end to an emotional cycle of unhappiness, with the Empress in control, or affections and love life. It was coming up like on the masculine that this Empress, she's upright, but she obviously is a control person who controls everybody. So she's coming up as like this ending to this emotional cycle of unhappiness, with the Empress being in control of everybody else's affections and love life, which is none of their business, right? So the Pisces upright and Virgo, Cancer upright, Taurus upright, and Gemini reversed here. Flirt, engagement, attraction, and getting to know each other all came up for the Divine Masculine. Around the masculine, or how he is seen, is the Seven of Swords, passing downloads, but haven't received any this week or this weekend. Done fighting with the Queen of Wands, out of control, or Queen of Wands amidst a losing battle, and a Leo who's weak, or an ego death, or it could be a sick parent as well, at 331, which is the Empress, and that Five of Wands, expansion, fighting, battle, games. The block for the masculine he needs to clear here is the Five of Pentacles, the Mary Magdalene cave. It's like the hermit without the light in a cave, with no light. The hermit without light, alone, in bad timing, and working it out, like allowing the dark energies to come in these past couple days, because it was really positive and then it got dark. at 333, aligning with true desires, putting crystals together, healing blocks, about being able to financially recover. Love, partnership, synchronicities, and personal growth, but even more so for the masculine today, is a time out. Hermit missing flame, seeing other couples together. Now that the worst is over, where's the bliss? The King of Pentacles reversed, rising above. The Ten of Pentacles upright, family, community, business, whatever it is. He awake and coming out about injustices. The Page of Pentacles reversed, in need of help, money, or opportunity to work with their abilities. Perhaps they're dead tired, resisting change, in uncomfortable energies, with the Queen of Swords, meal. And remember, meal was coming up as God, as the nourishment, what she wants him to swallow. Deciding on a path together, being patient in the aftermath of starting over in love after a divorce. Or the King of Pentacles reversed is a Sagittarius, Libra, Scorpio, Taurus, and or Virgo. The King of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed are coming up together here. That's very much father and child energy. Can be his inner child as well. Released from an inner war, the struggle to grow. With the King of Wands reversed, shaman surrendering, or a relative may have passed or surrendered. The Seven of Cups reversed, suffering in silence. The Knight of Wands rushing in, dead tired or near death. The Empress dumping emotional attachments, moving, visiting, or clearing out the house. Injustice of risk-taking, lying, cheating, stealing, running, or passing downloads, but delayed and now building up. The Four of Swords reversed, awake and out. The Page of Wands inspired and challenged by breaking patterns, removing the mask. The Queen of Wands feeling left out, in exile, out in the cold, without the light. The Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community. Of the King of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed. Released from prison, anxiety, or obligation. Internal growth of the King of Wands, shaman reversed, sick, weak, or near death, and uncomfortable. The Seven of Cups reversed, dumping emotional attachments, rising above and awake, coming out. The King of Wands upright, moving, unstable, visiting or ending a marriage, inspired by family, business, or legacy, but the challenge being removing the mask, the surrender, the injustice, the unbalanced, the unfair. The Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles reversed, with the Child, the Page of Pentacles reversed, passing messages or downloads to the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands was not passing the messages on. Left out in the cold now, the King of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Pentacles reversed, released from hostile or viral environment, with the King of Wands reversed in surrender or giving up the battle. The Page of Wands inspired to move from the family. Perhaps the Page of Wands did something to the Page of Pentacles reversed, and now the the Pentacles family and the Wands family are not getting along. So they could be extended family members, but not immediate. They're two separate immediate families. And one child might have done something really bad to the other, and the other child wasn't called on it, so the families are like not talking to each other. The Emperor with the King of Swords and King of Wands. So again, it could be the grandfather, the two adults, and then the Page of Wands reversed, which then becomes the Page of Wands upright, inspires the Ten of Pentacles, family, business, or community. But the King of Pentacles reversed and Page of Pentacles reversed are released. So definitely disconnect within the family here. So the Emperor and the Empress were both upright in this read. And we had all the suits coming up as potential couples here. So the King of Wands in the underlying energy was upright, but then he's reversed. And there could be more than one King of Wands, so one could be upright and one's reversed. But he was upright in the underlying energy, but King of Wands was reversed with the Queen of Wands upright. Then the King of Swords was reversed with the Queen of Swords upright. King of Pentacles reversed with the Queen of Pentacles upright. And then the King of Cups was the only king upright with the Queen of Cups reversed. She was only Queen of Cups, Queen reversed. And it was interesting because the only one who was upright, the King of Cups, had the one child that was reversed, the Page of Cups reversed. And then the Queen of Pentacles, who was upright, had the Page of Pentacles reversed. So if that helps you, hopefully it does. And there were some extra cards that came out from the Universal Golden Tarot. Finding peace, sharing with the Hermit's light. In exile, being offered a new opportunity or passion, but no new love. Done fighting, Star Healer, Aquarius, because this person keeps choosing the past instead of going forward. So someone's done fighting with that person. And this was at 4, 14, and 15, which is the angel and the devil, and the 4 of the emperor. So again, that can be the emperor and a couple, or an emperor and the 2 sons, or 2 partners. There's definitely a connection there. So I'm going to give you one more card from the energy deck. Energy deck. Energy deck. So what is our closing statement here? Alright, what do we need to know in closing here? What the point of this read today, for today, May 25th, 2020? What is the message here? Oh, that one came out. The broken heart. So there is a split here. And that is the number 9. So it's definitely an ending here with the broken heart. We also have the 32, the door to spirit. 32 is the journey, or the journeyman, the good news coming in. And that's the good news after the split, right? The purification, right? The transmutation, purification coming in through the door. And there's that not the open door policy, but the swinging door policy. That could be like a, what's it called? The front entrance doors. And we're definitely getting, with Color My World, the color wheel, splattering colors everywhere. So that's like a rotating, front door. With splattering the purification energy everywhere to heal the broken heart. It's about pulling the sword from the stone. And the underlying energies here, by the way, there's a bunch of cards that want to be seen. The underlying energy is carrying connections. All right, so this is the underlying energy. 14 is the Temperance card, being patient and balanced, taking one step at a time and carrying connections after a broken heart now, okay? There's been a broken heart that can't be denied. There is purification here with the door to spirit and the 32 of the journey. And then we have a lot of cards wanted to come out here. Then we have these 2 cards come out. The Angel of Balance, 48, which is the walking away within, and then the community. So this has to do with when walking away and then having the communities to support you, especially with the twin flames, okay? And that number 7, the Chariot, the vehicle of ascension, is having that community to support you. And then these 3 cards came out. Again, the 2nd chakra Archangel Ariel, Yin Yang, and the 4th chakra Archangel Raphael, which is the solar plexus and the heart, and the balance between them, which is your connection to your twin. Because your etheric cord is right there, connecting the twins. How beautiful is that? That's really powerful. That's the 2nd time like 2 powerful angelic winged cards came up with the yin yang between them. This is the 36 of the 10 of Wands. 36 of the 10 of Wands, the weight of the world upon your shoulders, the Atlas energy, the responsibilities, the burdens, and dropping them. The 22 of the Fool, keeping your heart open with a leap of faith. And then the 38 of the Queen of Cups in her heart. This is very interesting because the masculine figure is the 3 of 38, which is the Queen of Cups, which is the feminine. So it's showing the masculine in its feminine, and the feminine and the masculine are vice versa, right? Because she's got the 10 of Wands, which is the Atlas energy of the masculine, and yet she's a female. So it's showing the balance of the yin and yang between the masculine and feminine within themselves and then within each other. Balancing the wounded warrior with the Queen of Cups. Very cool energies there. So I hope that was helpful. All right, this is the 3rd one I did today, so I'm going to get going now. Make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature, and always make sure you rise and be love. Be good to yourselves, guys. Bye.